This video is for informational and educational purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. All individuals mentioned are presumed innocent until proven guilty. The analysis reflects legal commentary based on publicly available information at the time of the publication. The Madlanga Commission have increasingly focused on one central figure, Lieutenant General Tepelo Shibiri, a senior SAPS officer who once headed the National Organized Crime Component. Over several days of testimony, Commissioners have been probing a series of issues that could determine whether the case represents poor judgment or something far more serious. The central question is simple. Did Shibiri maintain an improper relationship with businessman Matlala? And if so, did it affect criminal investigations? The loan from Matlala. The first and perhaps the most damaging issue is the 70,000 payment from Matlala to Shibiri. Shibiri openly admitted that he accepted money from the businessman, but he insisted it was nothing more than a loan. According to his testimony, the money was borrowed to deal with upcoming expenses, including vehicle repairs. He portrayed the transaction as a private financial matter between two individuals. However, the commission examined his bank records. Those records showed that at the time he accepted the loan, Shibiri had more than 50,000 in a bank account and access to an overdraft facility of 44,000. Together, that means he had access to roughly 94,000 in his own money. The chairperson therefore questioned why a senior officer with access to funds would borrow money from a businessman who was under investigation. The commissioner's line of questioning suggested they are testing whether the payment might have been gratification disguised as a loan or with a contribution law can amount to unlawful benefit. The nature of relationship with Matlala. Shibiri attempted to minimize the relationship with Matlala. He told the commissioner that their conduct was limited to informal. According to him, they communicated occasionally and Matlala sometimes asked general legal questions. But evidence leader pointed a phone record showing numerous calls and messages between the two, as well as financial loan between them. Evidence was also presented suggesting that Matlala referred to Shibiri as his person. That phrase raised serious concern because if a suspect believes a senior police officer is his person, it would imply influence and protection. Commissioner therefore pressed Shibiri on how he could describe the relationship as minimal when communication records indicated frequent contact. The role of Sergeant Nkosi. Another major issue involved Sergeant Nkosi, a junior SAPS officer. Evidence leader presented WhatsApp messages showing Nkosi communication with Shibiri about matters related to Matlala, including providing Matlala contact details. Some messages occur around the same time as law enforcement actively involving Matlala, including the police raid. Shibiri denied any wrongdoing and argued that many of the messages were personal conversations. However, the commission explored whether Nkosi may have been used as an informal conduit of information between Shibiri and Matlala. If operational information had been shared with the suspect, it could amount to defeating the ends of justice. The bribery allegation by Witness A. One of the most serious allegations comes from the individual identified as Witness A. According to the witness, Shibiri suggested the possibility of accepting a bribe during the operational briefing and again during the social gathering. Shibiri categorically denied this accusation, stating that the briefing was purely operational. The occasion was not yet made. The commission has not yet made findings on matters but examined the circumstances closely. If proven, Such conduct could amount to attempted corruption and conspiracy of obstruction justice. Ndlela affidavit dispute. A dispute also arose regarding an affidavit attributed by Sergeant Ndlela. Shibiri alleged that investigators drafted the affidavit and asked Ndlela to sign it in a manner that supported witness A's version of events. Evidence leaders strongly challenged his claim, arguing that the affidavit process was legitimate. The commission had not yet resolved the dispute, but it formed part of a broader credibility battle between Shibiri and the investigators. Confidential source. Shibiri testified that he received information from a confidential source warning that investigators involved in Matlala's matter might be under threat and that attempt might have been made to influence the investigations. He reported the matter and requested a threat risk assessment but refused to reveal the identity of the source, citing his duty is to protect informants. While the commission acknowledged this principle, the refusal makes it difficult for commissioners to verify the claim. The central issue. Across all three topics, one theme dominates the hearing: credibility. A commission is examining contradictions, communication records, financial transactions, and witness testimony to determine whether Shibiri's explanations are believable. If the commission ultimately concludes that this was merely a poor judgment, the consequences could be limited to disciplinary action. But if evidence shows corruption or interference in the investigation, the matter could lead to criminal referral. And that would transform the case from controversy about police officer relationships into potential corruption investigation within the country's justice system. That concludes our analysis. Thank you for watching the sim. If you found this breakdown useful, consider subscribing for clear, factual legal analysis. Until next time, stay informed.